We start with Zelina Vega after winning the Women's US Championship on SmackDown, her first ever singles championship in WWE. Moving to John Cena after his great win and becoming 17-time WWE Champion at WrestleMania, getting his snap in a different way next to Triple H. And now we move to the Women's Tag Team Champions Lyra, Valkyria and Becky Lynch. And how about Dominic Mysterio, who captured the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania 41 in a moment that he will never forget. And from Dominic, we get that scary look from Jacob Fatu as he became the new US Champion at WrestleMania. It will be the reign of terror, no doubt. All the expectations were right. It was Jey Uso's moment as he became the new World Heavyweight Champion after forcing Gunther to submit at WrestleMania 41. And in that snap, Asuka captured her first gold in WWE as she won the WWE Speed Women's Championship. The game Triple H, here giving his famous handshake to the new WWE Tag Team Champions, the Street Profits, just few seconds after capturing the gold from DIY on SmackDown. LA Knight becomes a two-time US Champion after dethroning the artist Shinsuke Nakamura few minutes ago, getting his new champ snap next to Triple H. We have the genius of the Sky, Io Sky, who just beat Rhea Ripley on Monday Night Raw, becoming our new Women's World Champion. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez celebrating their win as they became the Women's Tag Team Champions, and now they are joined by Dominic. They just defeated Bianca, Belair and Naomi on Monday Night Raw. Lyra Valkyria created history as she became the first ever Women's Intercontinental Champion after defeating Dakota Kai on the second episode of Raw after moving to Netflix. We cannot forget that amazing moment when Tiffany Stratton cashed in on Nia Jax to become the new WWE Women's Champion. One of the strongest tag teams in WWE, the War Raiders, next to the King of Kings, after they won the World Tag Team Championships back in December 2024. Triple H pointing at our first ever Women's US Champion Chelsea Green in the Gorilla, seconds after defeating Mitchum back in December. Dragon Lee, after winning the WWE Speed Championship, gets his moment with the game Triple H backstage in the Gorilla. Triple H celebrates Cody Rhodes and Liv Morgan after they both won their matches, becoming the first ever Crown Jewel champions in Saudi Arabia last year. That was a history-making night for both champions. The game Triple H next to Motor City Machine Guns, seconds after they won the WWE Tag Team Championship after just having 3 matches in WWE. That's very impressive. And here Candice LeRae celebrates being the first ever WWE Speed Women's Champion with Triple H backstage in the Gorilla. Jey Uso took the first step as he became the Intercontinental Champion on Monday Night Raw last year, and it was just the first step of his amazing singles run. The Ring General Gunther beat Damian Priest at SummerSlam 2024, becoming the new World Heavyweight Champion. First thing to do backstage is posing next to Triple H. After defeating Bayley and winning the WWE Women's Championship at SummerSlam last year, Nia Jax would pose backstage next to the game. SummerSlam was the night of titles changing hands as LA Knight won his first championship on the main roster, capturing the US Championship. Now we move to Money in the Bank, where Tiffany Stratton and Drew McIntyre won their Money in the Bank matches respectively. Tiffy would go on and become a champion, where Drew McIntyre failed to cash in. What a waste that was. Back to Triple H's famous tag team handshake as he celebrates DIY win, becoming the new WWE Tag Team Champion. He knew they had the potential since their days on NXT. In the Gorilla, Triple H points at the new WWE World Tag Team Champions Finn Balor and JD McDonough on Monday Night Raw last year. We go to Clash at the Castle, which took place in Scotland, where Isla Dawn and Alba Fire captured the women's tag team titles and took their memorable snap with Triple H. He returned to WWE, and after some time Andrade won the WWE Speed Championship. The irresistible force Nia Jax becomes the Queen of the Ring and takes her snap next to Triple H backstage in Saudi Arabia. We are still in Saudi Arabia as Liv Morgan started her revenge tour by capturing the Women's World Championship and getting her snap with a devilish smile. The EST of WWE, Bianca Belair and the Storm Jade Cargill becoming the new Women's Tag Team Champions at Backlash in France last year. Before he left WWE, Ricochet became the first ever WWE Speed Champion. The man Becky Lynch winning the Women's World Championship on Monday Night Raw following WrestleMania 40 last year. And that was one of the few times where Triple H broke his own rule by posing next to the champions who retained their gold, starting with the World Heavyweight Champion Damian Priest to the WWE Women's Champion Bayley, then ending with the undisputed WWE Champion, the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes, at Backlash in France back in 2024. Cody Rhodes next to Triple H after finishing his story at WrestleMania 40, beating the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns and becoming the WWE Champion. WrestleMania 40 was also a good charm for the role model Bayley as she defeated Io Sky to become the new WWE Women's Champion. Damian Priest had an amazing moment at WrestleMania last year after cashing in and becoming the World Heavyweight Champion. The Miz and R-Truth after winning Raw Tag Team Championships at WrestleMania 40. Austin Theory and Grayson Waller won the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championship. Great night for both teams last year. The Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane just won the Women's Tag Team Championships on SmackDown, and Triple H would celebrate them backstage in the Gorilla. Katana Chance and Kaden Carter, your new Women's Tag Team Champions, and Triple H was so proud of them, and they would go on and have a nice run as the Tag Team Champions. At WWE Crown Jewel, Logan Paul became the new US Champion after just 8 matches in his WWE career. You may not like him, but he is an incredible athlete. The master of the 619 Rey Mysterio just won the US Championship from Austin Theory and gets his Triple H new champ snap. Your new Raw Women's Champion, the Empress of Tomorrow Asuka, posing next to Triple H at Night of Champions back in 2023 after beating Bianca Belair. Also at Night of Champions, Seth Rollins captured the World Heavyweight Championship to kick off an amazing long run which ended at WrestleMania 40. The Eradicator Rhea Ripley is the new SmackDown Women's Champion after beating Charlotte at WrestleMania 39 a couple of years ago. The Queen of Hearts Natalya and Tamina are your new Women's Tag Team Champions, posing next to Triple H back in 2021. Triple H was so proud of Apollo Crews, who just won the Intercontinental Championship from Big E at WrestleMania 37. Rhea Ripley, your new Raw Women's Champion, at WrestleMania backstage next to Triple H, who knew she had the potential back in 2021. And here the EST Bianca Belair was so emotional, hugging Triple H in the Gorilla after winning the SmackDown Women's Championship at WrestleMania in 2021. Bayley and Sasha Banks would capture the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship in May 2020. That was their second time to become champions. Stay tuned to see their first. Back in March 2020, the Street Profits just won the Raw Tag Team titles and they celebrated with none other than the Game himself backstage. They always were a great tag team. After leaving WWE and before, here are FTR, known then by the Revival, celebrating the Raw Tag Team titles with Triple H back in 2019. Triple H next to the first ever WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, the Boss and Hawk Connection, Sasha Banks and Bayley back in 2019. In 2018, Asuka in the Gorilla next to Triple H after winning the SmackDown Women's Championship in a triple threat match against Charlotte and Becky Lynch. Ronda Rousey few minutes after winning against Alexa Bliss at SummerSlam of 2018, capturing the gold and becoming the new Raw Women's Champion. Nia Jax won the Raw Women's Championship April 8, 2018, and few days later, she would get her special snap next to Triple H. So good to see Hugger Bayley celebrates her Raw Women's Championship win in 2017 backstage with the Game. Which version of Bayley you like more, Hugger Bayley or Role Model Bayley? Chad Gable and Jason Jordan are the brand new SmackDown Tag Team Champions as they celebrate their win backstage with the King of Kings in 2016. Alexa Bliss was so young in that snap next to Triple H just few seconds after winning the SmackDown's Women's Championship also in 2016. Becky Lynch full of joy and excitement after becoming the first ever to win the SmackDown Women's Championship in 2016. Triple H was so proud. And never forget about Sasha Banks, who just won the Raw Women's Championship from Charlotte Flair back in 2016 on Raw. Triple H himself getting the new champion snap next to Vince McMahon and Stephanie McMahon after winning the Royal Rumble in 2016. That was one of the greatest moments. The Celtic Warrior Sheamus after cashing in on Roman Reigns and becoming the new WWE champion back in 2015. Charlotte Flair becoming the Divas champion at Night of Champions all the way back in 2015, celebrating her win next to Stephanie McMahon and Triple H. Kevin Owens winning the Intercontinental Championship as he kickstarts his career on the main roster, which will be as successful as you can imagine. This was back in September 2015. Seth Rollins winning the US Championship and becoming double champion, WWE champion and US champion back at SummerSlam 2015 as he celebrates his big victory next to Triple H and Stephanie McMahon.